Acuinked. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and also a licensed tattoo artist in the state of Oregon. I want to talk a little bit about a project I have going on called Acuinked. What I'm doing is acupuncture-specific tattoos, and so the theory behind a lot of that is that when you are doing an acupuncture treatment, you're utilizing a needle to elicit a body response. And generally, especially in pain conditions, headaches, and things like that, they're wanting to elicit a response in the connective tissue. So when I'm treating somebody with an acupuncture treatment, I'm not just inserting the needle and leaving it there. I will generally, especially in pain conditions and neurological conditions, and my clinical focus, I focus on traumatic brain injury and post-stroke, so a lot of neurological conditions. I will go through and stimulate that point a fair amount. So it's either a quick turn of the needle or the lift thrust technique. There are different ways to stimulate that and create a greater therapeutic effect or a greater bodily response from that. So that increases the response in the connective tissue, and it also increases the immune response that's elicited. Acupuncture physically increases ATP, which is your body's healing, essentially energy currency. It's what it uses to do anything that it's doing, including the healing response. And so the connective tissue is basically a netting that wraps around all of the musculature of the body. It runs in different trajectories along the body. So it wraps around muscles, but it also interconnects those muscles. And so an example of that is there's a connective tissue plane that runs from the back of the ankle. Really it starts on the small toe to the back of the ankle, to the back of the calf, back of the leg, up the side of the spine, side of the neck, over to the inside of the eye there. And so if people have, for instance, orbital headaches, they have headaches in the frontal headaches, that point down by the ankle, or a point down by the ankle, being stimulated by acupuncture will elicit an electrical response in the connective tissue. That response amplifies the further that it travels through that connective tissue plane, and so it can relieve tension, pressure, and increase blood flow to the frontal region where the headache is and get that to subside. So people coming in with headache almost always start by testing points down by the feet because they tend to be very effective for it. Same sort of thing that I apply in the Acuinked project is when people come in, we do a quick consultation with them, go through what it is they're hoping to address. For instance, if they have lower back pain, we'll do range of motion testing, see if they have any troubles with that, what brings on the pain the most. So I'll have them bend forward, bend backward, bend to the side, see what hurts the most, and then based on that, and then applying Chinese medical theory, any other Chinese medical diagnostics that are indicated, narrow it down to a few points that are likely going to be the most effective. At that point, I'm going to physically test those points. So I never do anything just because theory says that this point is going to help with lower back pain. I always get verifiable results before we do anything. So I will go through, have them do that range of motion that was most painful, apply pressure to the potential points. If we see a response, so if I apply pressure to a point, it decreases the pain or increases range of motion, that's most likely going to be the most effective point. And then, so we then take that into account, talk about design, get something worked up, and as long as the design essentially stimulates that area, that point, to a significant enough degree, the tendency is to find a therapeutic effect. Now, there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff, a lot of people doing this. Therapeutic tattooing has been done thousands of years ago in different cultures. There's also the Iceman that was found, a mummified body that has tattoos over what seem to be acupuncture points for conditions that you can tell that he had based on his mummified body. So arthritis and lower back pain, digestion complaints, things like that. It hasn't been rigorously studied though, so that's what I'm in the process of doing. Writing up case studies, closely tracking the results and seeing what we're finding. So once I've verified the points, we find a design, and as long as that design is going to be in a location that stimulates that point enough that it should bring on the therapeutic point effect, go ahead and do that. A little bit of studies that have been done out there estimate the therapeutic potential is about on par with 10 to 15 acupuncture treatments. So there, and I myself have seen very encouraging results so far. I'm just wanting to continue to accumulate data and really be able to apply some rigorous testing to this theory. So that's kind of what I'm working with. I'm going to do a few more videos with some more in-depth information here in the near future. But feel free to contact me. You can contact me at through email at healingbraininjurynaturally@gmail.com, through my website www.healingbraininjurynaturally. And you can track me down on Facebook, Instagram, under Acuinked, Acuinked. You can comment on this video, whatever, lots of ways to get a hold of me. And then, like I said, I'll have some more information up here in the near future.